Welcome back to another video. So today we're back to talk about Chainsaw Man chapter 123, and I was wrong. It's not the Death Devil, but it's something a lot more interesting that I was not expecting, and this chapter was huge in terms of building up Asa. And sometime after this video, I need to make a deep dive on Asa, but this chapter is chapter 123, and we head in from last chapter where the devil that was being formed. So there was a devil that like created her body after people falling off a cliff for her, and in this chapter we get to see what the devil is, and we're gonna see like everything. So let's just talk about it because there's a lot of stuff, and it's really sad. Like, once again, Fujimoto is showing that these characters just have it rough. So the beginning of the chapter shows like the devil's body still being created and stuff like that, and then we finally get to see her head, and she starts to talk. She says, oh dear, I'm being quite indecent, talking about her body and stuff like that. I'm probably gonna have to censor it or not show it, but like basically showing that her body's still being formed. And then you see that she becomes a chef. And then her name is, my name is the Falling Devil. That is her name. So this is not the Death Devil, this is the Falling Devil, which just, it makes sense because she causes people to fall. It's just like Fujimoto, just like he be just setting us up and just to like change our expectations, just to make us be like, you thought this was gonna happen, but it didn't happen. So I should have knew it wasn't gonna be the Death Devil yet. But this is really cool, and we still know this devil's gonna be a really powerful devil. So she says, I'm visiting at the request of the residents of hell. A word of warning for those who don't finish their food will taste death. And then like Yoru's telling Asa to like snap out of it because like Yoru knows the fallen devil's powers, and she's telling the devil's power is causing your negative feelings. Only the two of us can create strong weapons. Only one of the two of us can only you can create strong weapons. Are you listening? And then basically the fallen devil starting to like start cooking, like she is cooking literally, and she like claps her hands together like a chef. And we go back to a flashback showing Asa when she was an orphanage after the typhoon devil killed her mom, right? And this is where it gets so sad. I was thinking about it, I had to re-look it up. I was like, what? That's so fucked up. All right, so let's keep going. So she's basically at this orphanage, which is an orphanage for people that their parents died from a devil, and I think they said that all of them died from a typhoon. And the lady that's watching them is basically asking Asa to talk to her, saying that, can we talk about it? It's your cat. Why don't we have my friend who likes cats take care of him? By basically trying to get rid of Asa's cat. And remember, this is the cat that Asa saved, and then her mom died kind of because she saved it. Like, it's not her fault, but like the typhoon devil was like rampaging, and Asa tripped and fell to rescue a cat, and her mom shoved her out of the way to save her. This is what they talked about during the aquarium arc. So like, this is the cat that she saved, that her mom died. Like basically she saved, and her mom's ended up saving her because she saved the cat. So keep this in mind. It's so fucked up, right? So we keep on going, right? And the orphan mom's basically saying like, one of the other kids is allergic. This is unhealthy for you too. You depend on that cat's companionship instead of interacting with other people. And then Asa's just like, I don't want to. The orphan mom comes up and like sits down next to her and tells her, all the orphans here, devils killed their parents. Mine too. My mom was killed by that recent typhoon devil. So I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure not all the kids were killed by the typhoon devil, but I think it was just like Asa's family, and also like this orphan mom basically, that they were both like, their family was killed by the typhoon devil. And so when Asa hears that, you know, she sympathizes, and like later on you're gonna see like she's willing to listen to her. But the orphan mom says, but you know, they can still laugh and play outside because they became a family here. You're the cat's the only cat here. Don't you think he'd be happier living at my friend's house with other cats? And when Asa hears that, she tells like the orphan mom the cat's name, which is Krombong. I hope I'm saying that right. She tells him his name is Krombong, make him happy, which is also, this is the second time that there's a character that is infatuated with a cat, that basically that cat becomes part of their family. And this gives like more correlation to like Power, because that was like Power's whole stick with Meowie in part 1, that she had a cat and she loved that cat very much. And so we cut to like later on at night, and one of the orphan children talks to Asa and asks Asa is she asleep. And then Asa says like, well, what's up? And then the orphan kid says, where's your cat? And then Asa says, why? And then the kid tells her, because when we went to the river to play today, there was a cat like yours at the bottom. Bro, I'm sick. I'm so sick. That was so, oh my God. When I read that, I was so mad, bro. And then I kept going, right? And she said, and then the orphan mom comes in while they're talking. She says, hey, you two, it's lights out, go to sleep. And then Asa's built different. She just straight up asks the orphan mom. She says, ma'am, Crumbum, is Crumbum okay? And then she looks at her with this disgust and says, everyone here lost their family. You can't be the only one with a family member. Isn't that unfair? Bro, I'm sick. I'm sick. Yo, that made me so mad when I read that. I was like, what? What? Well, yo, you're evil. You're evil. That was so rude. Like, she felt that cat was probably the lasting memory that like you had of your mom, because you saved that cat and your mom sacrificed herself to save you from you saving that cat, right? And now that cat's basically the only one left of your family. Your mom is gone because you not because you saved the cat. I don't want to say that because that's putting like blame on Asa, but basically Asa's gonna think that like me saving this cat caused my mom to sacrifice herself to save me. So she's gonna feel like it's her fault. And then that cat was basically like the last like family she had. Like now like your mom sacrificed herself for you to save that cat. So that's basically your last family member. And this orphan lady whose family died to the same typhoon devil, she just takes the only thing left of her family and just puts her and kills her. I'm sick, bro. I was so mad. I was like, bro, I feel so bad for Asa, bro. Like, can anything good happen to these characters? Fujimoto be making these characters go through hell. I'm like, bro, oh my god. I was like, it made me so sad. I was like, bro, like, all right, let's keep going. So Asa like actually like wakes up from like her trauma, basically her trauma dream like bestowed on her by the falling devil, and you can see that she's falling and she ends up grabbing like a little pole, and then you see that like the world's like upside down, like she was falling upwards into the sky, and you see that some people are still like walking and shit like that, and then you start seeing other people start falling up, like they're falling up out of into the sky, like they're falling down the opposite way. And then the final page, you see the falling devil talk about her ability, where the lower the heart sinks, the higher the body falls. That's the concept of this dish. May the flavor of past traumas delight your taste buds. And you see the people falling up into doors. And then the chapter ends with Asa, I can't enter your body. Don't be afraid. And that's the end of the chapter. Oh, this chapter was so good. This chapter was great, bro. Like, oh my god, sadly, we have to wait another 2 weeks. But I swear, every time we wait 2 weeks, it's like we wait 2 weeks, we get a chapter, then we wait another week to another chapter, and then like he just be dropping bangers and bangers and bangers. Like, I was not expecting us to get an Asa story or an Asa backstory just to see like more trauma that she goes through, and I'm guessing this whole arc's gonna go into more trauma of her past, because we already know her trauma is that her mom died, and basically she thinks it was her fault that her mom died and she became an orphan and stuff like that. And then she had this horrible orphan mother who killed her cat, who killed her only family left. Oh, I'm so sick. I want to know if the orphan mom knew about, like, no, she couldn't, like, did she know? Does she know that Asa's family also died because of the typhoon devil, and was jealous that she still has a family member left? Like, that she was jealous that she had a family member left. But was she jealous because she knew that both her and Asa both lost their family to the typhoon devil, and that's why she took it out on her and did that? That's what I'm confused about. That's what I'm so confused. Like, why would she do this? That's so evil too. Like, she went out of her way. To like talk to Asa and basically to complain about something that didn't happen or no one was complaining about, just so that she can like take that cat and do that to her. It was so messed up. Oh my god, bro. That part of that chapter hurt my soul. It made me so mad for Asa. Like, it just made me, you ever read a story or see a show and you just want to come into the show and beat a person's ass, bro? I wanted to fade that orphan mom, because what the hell? Oh my god. This chapter was great. When I was like, I got up, right? Because I got off of work, right? And I got up and I was like reading it. I was like, okay, I could probably review this later. But I was reading more of it and I was like, what the fuck? Why would she do that? That shit made me so mad. Oh my god. Okay, let's go back to the falling devil. So I was wrong. It's not the death devil, it's the falling devil. And it seems like that her ability is that she's able to like basically like, the more powerful someone's trauma is, they basically are falling. So like she can like command people to basically go to like, it's kind of like an upside down, because we see from Asa's perspective that like to her everyone else is upside down because, you know, she's falling upwards. And I think that was like a really cool attention to detail. And I'm assuming like when you fall upwards or whatever, if you don't grab something like Asa did, then you can like go into these doors. And we don't know what happens when you go into that door. Like I want to speculate, but like the only things I can really think about is that if someone falls into the door, maybe they like, you know, die, or maybe they get sent to hell. Because I think like usually in the story, whenever there's doors, it means something like fucked up or like a doorway to, no, because when they went to hell in part 1, it was because of that giant hand. So I'm not sure. Maybe it just means they die or they go to hell. But like I'll be very surprised because earlier in the chapter, remember that the falling devil says that I'm visiting at the request of the residents of hell. A word of warning for those who don't finish their food will taste death. That makes me think now. A word of warning, those who don't finish their food will taste death. Is there another ability with her thing? Let me know down in the comment section down below. Do you think it's just her ability? Is just that like, oh, whoever has trauma falls upwards, like like extreme trauma, they fall upwards? Or do you think it's someone that doesn't eat their food from last night, then if they have trauma? Because the way she said that, I'm thinking like, yo, do you have, like, if you didn't eat last night, did you like, and have trauma, do you like just die because of the falling devil's ability? That'd be kind of fucked up. Like, I ain't gonna lie. But let me know down below what you think of her powers. But I'm thinking that I'm not going to take that part into consideration for now. Let me know if you guys do. I'm just going to assume that her ability is just if you have trauma and you're in her range, she sends you upwards, because we see that happen to Asa. We see that it happens to the people around her, and you even see like the people's reaction. Like people like look, like one dude looks up. So I'm assuming this is happening in the same world, right? So it's not like happening out of nowhere. So like you see multiple people like falling up, and then we see the one dude at the end of the chapter who falls up into a door. So I'm assuming every single person has their own door probably, and they float up, the door will open, and then they'll get sent to wherever they're gonna get sent. That we'll learn about in next chapter. But I think I talked about everything I want to talk about. This chapter was great. Oh my god, we gotta wait until 2 weeks, but like I'm not that mad about it because like this chapter was just so good. And I think either next week, I'm working on a Dragon Ball video right now. I finished reading all of Dragon Ball and I want to make a video on it. But I think I'm gonna make a deep dive video into like Asa and talk about why she's really great for part 2. And why I like her a lot. Like, I like Asa, like, a lot. She's a really good character. And I don't know how people feel about Asa like that. I know the memes around Asa on Twitter and shit like that. But I don't know how people actually feel about her character. I don't know if people don't like her or not. But I want to make a video next week, talk about all her trauma, maybe. And talk about why I like Asa. Like, she is great. She is a great character, and I think she's a great part 2 character. I know people want to see Denji. I want to see Denji, but like I think Asa's like a great replacement for now. Like this is like this is the main character of part 2, and I love it. But make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and see more content like this, and hit that bell button consistently. And let me know down below what you think about the chapter and what you think about the falling devil and stuff like that. I would love to hear y'all thoughts about it, and what do you think her ability is, and what do you think about everything that happened. What do y'all think about Asa's backstory? It made me so sick, bro. It made me so sick. But love you guys. I'm gonna talk to you later, and peace.